One.
Hey guys, welcome to Windy City Rant. It's Benjamin Saxton and Michael Flores, where we talk about just about everything: sports, comedy, food, whatever makes us laugh, and whatever we find entertaining. Michael, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. This is been more of a March sadness for me rather than a March madness. I don't know about
March
you.
sadness. How can you be sad? Although the games, I feel like, there's been some good ones, but there's been some duds.
Yeah, all my brackets are busted, so I'm already done.
That's why I hate doing brackets, because they're always done. Like after the first half day, they're done. And so then it's like, what's the point of even following along if you're just doing a bracket?
Yeah, I wasn't done really until the Tennessee game. That Tennessee game completely took over one of my good brackets. I had a fun bracket going where I had Illinois winning just because it would have been fun to just see, I guess.
Right.
And then I had another one with Auburn, and they're gone too. So
who did Auburn's gone now too? They got knocked out?
I thought so.
I thought they were. Oh man.
I hope they're still in, but I thought I saw Auburn was out. I didn't watch their game.
It's a pro tip when you have a standing desk with a electronic touch button to lock the electronic button, so you don't just touch your mouse and the desk just keeps rising. That's a pro tip for you.
Good to know. My setup is actually on a beer pong table, so not as fancy as you.
Or fancier. Have you seen those videos of crazy beer pong tables with all the LED lights?
Oh, it's nothing like that.
Oh, but nobody else knows that. It's so extravagant. It has the Cubs logo going. It has actually a music video, and it goes to the sound. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's pretty wild. It actually tracks your FanDuel account. So if it starts to go down, it starts playing aggressive type music or
so it's always in the red.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God. So we have this smart house, and which is actually really cool. It came with a lot of really neat stuff. There's mesh in the walls to help with Wi-Fi. It came with a smart thermostat upstairs, downstairs. They're supposed to have a Ring camera in the front. It comes with Ring locks for your house. And then I just realized we have this smart. Jackie showed me a smart feature for a garage door. So Amazon people just put in this code and they can put in your garage and then leave. Awesome. Nothing works. I can't get anything to set up correctly. I don't know.
The house may be smart. It's just maybe not the owner.
Oh, dude, the owner is dumb as hell. I don't know what the problem is. I can't get anything to work. And we're Google people to begin with, not Amazon. So, why can't technology just fucking work together? Why does it always got to be Pepsi or Coke? Why does it got to be vanilla or chocolate or Ring or Amazon or Google? Just fucking work together. And then maybe I'll buy Ring's camera and then I'll buy Google's other shit. But nothing works together. So we have a bunch of Google shit. And then we come here and it's all Amazon shit. So then it's okay, well, we got a couple Ring cameras, and then it's well, none of that works with your Google Home. So
just figure out how to tell Google to put everything on for you, turn everything on.
I want to tell Amazon to go fuck off and work. Even the thermostat. We have a Honeywell T6 series. I don't know, but you're just supposed to push the screen and hold it down, and then it lights up and it's ready to set. And that doesn't even work.
Oh man, that's rough.
It's
Nest, which is nice. The Nest works perfectly fine.
Did you finish watching Entourage?
Yeah, a long time ago.
So I don't know if it was in the movie or the show, but he's in therapy and he's trying to hold his shit together, and he's up against the wall holding the phone, and then it gets the news. That's how I was trying to get the thermostat ready. I was holding it down, and then something else popped up. I just wanted to just punch it right into the wall, but no, that wouldn't solve anything.
Technology is winning, man.
Dude, it's winning. It won. It's not winning. It won. I'm mentally broke at this point. Yeah, we had two outlets that weren't working upstairs. We tried to do the circuit breaker. At least everything's under warranty, so they just have to come out. But it's still the hassle though of having to
But
deal
still,
with
it's
people.
brand new. Nothing should be broken yet. Everything should be working flawlessly at this point.
Yeah, but it's like you buy a new car, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we got a recall on this part. Your airbags actually don't deploy, so we're gonna swap those out.
Bro, you're telling me when I got my Volvo, I drove off the lot and immediately a little pebble came in my windshield. Immediately. I don't think I made it down the block.
Oh, I mean, at that point, you just want to throw a rock at it. Just like make it worth it.
Yeah, it's like, all right, well, I just got this, and now I have a tiny chip that probably the average person just like looking at the car wouldn't see it, but because I know it's
it
there,
yeah, for sure. I have one on my car, and I haven't got it fixed yet because you always hear it's like, oh, you better get it fixed or it's going to splinter, and I've never really had to worry about it. And then I'll be driving home one day, and then all of a sudden it'll spider up on me, and then won't be able to see. But I wonder if someone's. Oh, go ahead.
I would say back in the day, I had one that looked like it was about to start spidering on me. Ran into Walgreens and got clear nail polish and put it over the crack, and it stopped running.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So little life hack if it comes down to it and you don't have the time to change it just yet. So
I wonder if someone was like getting their windshield replaced and they're like, oh, you have like a small crack or something, and like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to replace that. And like, okay, give me 1 second, and just take a bat to the front of the windshield.
Might as well at that point. When I bought my car, it came with a bunch of like little things that like that they were willing to throw in for
like seatbelts.
No, they didn't put seatbelts in there.
Okay,
that was optional. I decided not to. A little too expensive.
They're overrated, anyways. If you're gonna go through the windshield, you're gonna go.
Yeah, absolutely. But one of the things was for the first year that I have the car, I get 4 windshield changes if something were to happen. First of all,
in the first year?
Yeah.
4 in 1 year. That's it.
Yeah. First of all, 1 is a lot to begin with. 4. They gave me 4. I think they just threw that in there just to be like, hey, you can get your windshield changed 4 times if you'd like. And it's like, oh, cool. That's really cool. It's going to save me so much money.
The aggravation for 4 broken windshields. Oh my God.
You have no idea how tempted I was to just break the windshield 3 times on my own.
You know they're going to be like, oh yeah, but labor and parts aren't included.
Right. It's just for you to bring it out and for us to look at it is what's.
Yeah, it's free inspection and free shipping, but you got to pay for the windshield and install.
And you have to go pick up the parts yourself.
Yeah, go to AutoZone or wherever, and we're shipping it there, and it's actually not in a box, so it may be broken, and that will constitute as one of your windshields.
Oh, for sure. It's how everybody wins.
So I stumbled across so I'm very late to the party on this, and you might be too, but there used to be a show on Comedy Central called This Is Not Happening. Have you ever heard that show? Did you ever watch that show?
I did not, but I do know of it.
Yeah, so it's like basically Ari Schaefer kind of hosted it, and it was this show. And he would bring on comedians just to tell a story like this is not happening. Mm-hmm. Which is a really good rabbit hole to go down because there's a lot of really funny stories on there. And I would just highly recommend watching the Howie Mandel one. Everybody really knows Howie Mandel. Everybody knows he's a germaphobe. The place is actually recorded in like a strip club too. So like it's obviously the strippers aren't going on as the show is, but they're up on stage and you can see like the greasy ass pole right next to him, and Howie just loses his mind.
You know they did that shit to him on purpose. They just
I didn't notice it until he was up there and he pointed it out, and then every episode I'm like, oh, that is a greasy stripper pole. There's baby oil and all sorts of fun stuff.
Baby oil and babies.
Yep, maybe.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's funny enough, I have seen Howie Mandel in so many different things, but I've never actually listened to any of his stand-ups. So
it's good. It's really funny. Yeah, he's funny.
So I was going to say, I don't really know if he's funny or not, but I do know that he's been pretty successful.
He's a comedian. That's what he is. I mean, he's been a comedian for probably 40 years. He's pretty funny.
Yeah. I'd have to check it out. Especially it's like I think it's the comedy shows are super underrated where it's just here's a quick couple one-liners kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like go up there for like 10 minutes or something and just give me your best 10 minutes that you can. Kind of like I forget what the event is called, but Seth Rogen does one every year. And
Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen, he does a comedy event every single year, and it's basically him raising money for his mother for I forget what disease he has. I don't know if it's ALS or what it is, but his mother-in-law is sick, and so he helps raise money for people that can't afford their medical bill to pay their medical bills and stuff. And that's what it is. He gets a bunch of comedians and a bunch of singers, and it's like go up there and either perform 2 songs or give me 5 to 10 minutes of an act. And it's quick. It's quick. So you don't get the long drawn out stories, but you get joke. All right, bye. Out of here. Next person.
That's pretty cool.
Netflix has one of it on there. I'll look it up, but it's actually I really enjoyed it actually.
Well, that's why I kind of like to go see like open mic nights or like, amateur nights and stuff like that, where you have a lineup of 10 or 15 comedians. And I mean, maybe half of them bomb, but you get to see like little bits, and some that are bomb, they work through it, or then they're off the stage. Right. And then some kill. And, it's nice to be pleasantly surprised. There's a lot of like big name actors that will try to do stand up, and it's like they were a comedian at one point but stopped doing it. It was just probably like a means to an end. They were a stand up, now they're an actor, like an actor comedian, and
it's like
they're okay
because of your good writers, not because you're funny.
Yeah, or like the physical humor, like Kevin James had some funny stand up bits in his early days, and then he started kind of trying to do a couple stand-up bits here or there, and it was okay. But he's more of like a physical humor, like a Chris Farley, where like they'll throw themselves down, or they'll do something like physical to draw out humor, right?
Yeah, I've seen a few of Zach Galifianakis' stand-ups, and it is awkward and not in a good way.
He has his own. I can appreciate it, because the first time I watched it, I was like, "What is going on?" It's so awkward. It's very cringe, very awkward. But then there's some of that where it's just like he's intending for it to be as blatantly awkward as possible.
Sure. Oh yeah, it's intentional. The one I saw was absolutely terrible, though.
You're like,
yeah, I could no longer watch it. But I did find the Seth Rogen one that is on.
What's it called?
It's called Seth Rogen's Hilarity for Charity.
Seth Rogen Hilarity for Charity?
Yeah, and just clicking on it real quick, I'm going to give you a quick list of the people he had on there. Not all of them, but they're on there. Ike Barinholtz, Michael Che, Sacha Baron Cohen, Jeff Goldblum, Tiffany Haddish, Chris Hardwick, Nick Crow, John Mulaney, Kumail Nanjiani, Chelsea Peretti, Craig Robinson and the Nasty Delicious, his wife, Laura Miller Rogan, Justin Roiland, Sarah Silverman, Michelle Wolf, and then he had a bunch of musical acts as well. But it's pretty good, and he does it every year. This was the first one that Netflix actually put on there, and dude, it was good for sure.
Oh, it's for Alzheimer's disease. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what it was for. I couldn't exactly remember what it was for, but yeah.
10 head-to-head. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wish there was a thing to like know when the event was going to be.
Yeah, so I don't know when his next one is, but I do know I think he was going to go and try to make another one that was basically where you get high while you're watching. Like it's a very smoking friendly event.
Oh, that was Miles Weber, right? Telling us about those stand-up shows.
Yeah, he wanted to start a really big one. So I don't know what happened with that. I stopped looking into it, to be honest. But yeah, he's it's a funny event. I would definitely check out the one that is there on Netflix for sure.
So switching gears. lots more action going on in the NFL. Colts traded for Matt Ryan
for a third round.
I still feel like that's generous for Matt Ryan, but
yeah, I mean, Matt Ryan when he was on, he was great. I mean, I don't think he's done.
Let's slow down with the great, okay? Like that's not. He wasn't great. He was a good quarterback, but was he great?
When he was on, he was great. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you're giving them a little too much credit. Great.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'll say Julio Jones at times has been a great wide receiver.
Oh, absolutely. He was a great wide receiver. And he had a great quarterback to throw to him.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, Matthew Stafford. We're gonna say what you're gonna say. Goff was great too when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Trent Dilfer was great quarterback.
Fantastic quarterback.
Rex Grossman.
You leave sexy Rexy out of this.
Just saying, another quarterback that got to a Super Bowl that put up great numbers.
But definitely, you just compared a bunch of guys that are
bunch of scrubs
as good as Matt Ryan.
A bunch of guys that Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Arguably, like one of the worst quarterbacks ever to make it to a Super Bowl and wins with the best defense, one of the best defenses of all time. I mean, this is bad take too, but Jim McMahon, you can make an argument he wasn't a super stellar quarterback either, just had a spectacular defense and one of the best running backs of all time. Yeah,
for sure. But I don't think I wasn't saying just because Matt Ryan went to a couple Super Bowls that he was great or anything by that means. But when he was on, he was on. I mean, he had
junk touchdowns, garbage. Did he win when it mattered?
Look at 2018.
I don't care.
So if it doesn't win, it matters. So you're telling me Aaron Rodgers is not a great quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers plays at a very, very, very high level.
He didn't win when it mattered.
But he's not a great quarterback when it matters.
Those are two different things. I didn't say Matt Ryan. I said he was a great quarterback. Period. So in that case, Aaron Rodgers absolutely is not a great quarterback.
Well, we know that. He sucks. He's a terrible human being and he kicks babies. But,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad that was settled. No, Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. He is not a clutch quarterback. He will not win you the big game. But Matt Ryan is not in the same category as Aaron Rodgers, never was and will not be.
No, but I stick by what I said with him being a great quarterback. You can go 1, 2, 3.
For what, like 4 games out of 1 year?
8, 9, 10 straight seasons of well over 4,000 passing yards. Just missed over 4,000 this.
Jay Cutler had over 4,000 passing yards in Denver.
I loved Cutler.
Yeah, we all did. Smoking Jay.
I love Cutler, but 10 straight seasons of well over 4,000 yards.
Nah, he sucks. Matt Ryan sucks. I'm just gonna say it. He sucks. It's Matty Ice. He's cool. He's gonna cool your team down. He's a cooler. That's what he is. You're playing poker at the table and Matty Ice comes. You know the table just got ice cold. I know. You're shrugging because it's true, man.
I don't know.
He found a way to blow the biggest blowout Super Bowl in NFL history because you know why? He was playing a great quarterback.
He was better than a great quarterback. He's the best quarterback.
He is the greatest quarterback. But you see what I did there? See what I did? That's the difference between serviceable, okay, halfway decent, and great. A great quarterback comes back from like 4 touchdowns down in a half.
Greatest quarterback.
Greatest. Yes. The GOAT.
See, the greatest quarterback can do it to a great quarterback.
Who do you think? Okay. So we're talking about quarterbacks too. Deshaun Watson, was that Deshaun Watson's trade? The Browns are basically like going all in on Deshaun Watson, but is there a chance he just doesn't even play? Like, was this all for nothing?
Like ever again?
Yeah, I mean, like, what happens with all of these lawsuits?
No, the NFL is such a shitty organization. He plays again. He plays again for sure. They're more worried about tarnishing their reputation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, they gave him like I think what I was reading is like a 5-year deal. It's like all guaranteed, and then he has incentives, and I think it's like more than Patrick Mahomes is making.
Yeah, it's an insane amount of money, undeservedly.
For a guy that has 22 sexual allegations against him.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have traded for him if I was the GM of any NFL team, to be honest.
Would you be excited if the Bears got him right now?
No.
Why?
For that alone, I can't root for him. I can't do it.
But he hasn't been proven of anything yet.
22 women come forward. There's no way that all 22 are lying.
I agree with you. And I don't like the whole cloud over it too. You just don't know the uncertainty. And that's so much money too. For some, like he's been very good, but I mean, is he Patrick Mahomes? No. Like Kyler Murray made steps forward, but they also brought like D Hopkins out there. So, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't think that the Deshaun Watson move was worth it. Deshaun Watson move was worth it. Absolutely not. I don't know how I know they don't like Baker. I know they don't like Baker, and that's fine. You know, Baker's not the great quarterback that they expected him to be.
He was going to lead them to the promised land. Finally the guy that made the Browns relevant.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, he did help bring them back on the map. It wasn't like him by himself by any means, but I would rather have Baker Mayfield instead of Deshaun Watson at that point. I would not want Watson on my team, period. I can't do it, man. There's no way that 22 women are lying about it, and I'd rather throw Andy Dalton out there.
Oh, why would you do that? You knew the AD, the ginger, the redheaded monster was going to be a trigger word, didn't you?
Absolutely, and I'd rather have him out there.
I couldn't have been any more right when it came to Andy Dalton, though. He was horrible.
He looked fantastic. Go out there and
was he playing pinochle? Was he in a pinochle tournament in a wheelchair?
Yeah, and he was winning them pinochle games.
Yeah, man, he was definitely winning Chinese checkers.
But yeah, but either way, Deshaun Watson is a Brown now. I don't know when he's going to play again. There's still a possibility of suspension looming there. Then Baker Mayfield's now kind of in limbo because of it. He wanted to go to the Colts. That's not happening, obviously.
Was he cut?
No, he's still on the team.
So teams aren't going to trade for him. Why would they give up any assets?
I don't know who is going to say they really want him right now. I don't know. Are the Seahawks going to go try to be like, hey, we need
Atlanta? I mean, they just got rid of Matty Ice.
Atlanta just signed Mariota. I don't think they go for Baker now at that point. Not that Mariota's their answer there, obviously not, but I don't know if they try for Baker at that point.
Miami doesn't like their quarterback.
Maybe Seattle.
Russell's gone, yeah. But Baker's going to go into a crappy situation regardless, probably.
Yeah, no matter where he goes, it's going to be a team that's obviously not competing.
But he is. I mean, it could be an upgrade. Anything other than Detroit might be an upgrade over the Browns. So
could be, yeah.
Having to live in Cleveland, play in Cleveland, 8-9 times a year. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that
his mental health might get better.
Probably. But I'm assuming that the Saints were in on Matt Ryan, I'm guessing, because as soon as Matt Ryan got traded, they immediately extended Winston. So they're probably looking for a quarterback. I don't know if they want Baker though instead of Winston. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we started the show talking about the Tournament of Sadness, March Madness. Did you happen to watch that Atlanta game? Or not Atlanta, the Arizona game?
Last night, no, I missed.
Oh my God, man, they are going to give me a friggin'. So we were sharing some bets, right? I had a good run, and then then the next day just was like a knife to the stomach. So that was no good. And then last night did a teaser and I had all of them win. And then it was down to Arizona that needed to win by 3 points. And they were down like 5 with less than like 2 minutes left. And I like turned it off and I was like, I'm not going to watch this. I put on like Schitt's Creek. I watched like a couple minutes of it. I'm like, all right, I got to see what happens. And they ended up like sending it to overtime and ended up winning and cashed in on that. But it has been an absolute roller coaster the last like 3 days.
Yeah, for sure. And even, you know what? So I don't watch a lot of college ball to begin with. So I don't know if
this is the only time of year I watch it. This is the best time to watch it.
For sure. And I mean this even in years prior. I normally don't watch college ball. One thing I noticed, and you can tell me if this is just every year, the refs are terrible.
No, it's been pretty bad this year. Like questionably, like, do they have money on the games? Or
yeah, like there were some stupid calls or non-calls. I can think of one of the, I don't remember who Iowa was playing. Iowa was playing someone, and there was a non-call
Iowa.
3. Yeah, they're gone. But there was a non-call on a 3 that should have been a shooting foul there, then followed by like another foul, like maybe a minute later that wasn't called. Then the Illinois game where dude dunked and they called a technical because he hung on too long. Where honestly, if he would have let go, he would have just landed on his side. He had to swing back, so he basically doesn't just drop to the floor. And like 2 games later, I don't know who was playing, but 2 games later, some dude had a very similar dunk and also had a swing and came back down, no call. Can't call it one game and not the other. Like I know it's different refs and all that, but come on, man, it's nuts. It's so bad.
Right. I'm hearing a little feedback from your speaker. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe you're rubbing it on. You're getting too animated. You start rubbing it on your cheek or something.
Maybe. I'm getting just a little too excited there.
Yeah, you're getting a little too excited over all these bad calls.
Yeah, and it sucks because, well, one, sucks for my bracket because especially with that Illinois game, I had them winning and they went completely downhill after that technical.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. All I wanted, like, even when I'm betting on these, like, I would rather just have it be a really good game. Like, if it's a good game and I lose, then fine. But a lot of these have just been absolute blowouts, and it's been pretty tough to watch.
Yeah, or even like the games that should have been blowouts were super close pretty much all game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there really hasn't been like one team this year in college basketball that has been way better than the rest. I'm really interested in the Duke, Tennessee, or Texas Tech game. I think that one's going to be a really good game. It's just interesting to me because this is Coach K's last year. So it's like, is this going to be the last one? And Duke was another game where it was like they fell down. And like they were down 5 or 6 or something like that. And then they went on like a 15-3 run and ended up covering. But it's just, you don't know how that's going to look. I like Texas Tech, but
I have Texas Tech upsetting them on my bracket.
Me too.
And I think always all my brackets.
They're like Michigan State. They always play well in the tournament. Very good high energy defense, lock people down. They usually do pretty well, but
I have no idea. I just thought Duke's got to lose eventually, and this is where I had them losing.
Yeah, I know there was a couple years where they would like get knocked down like the first or second, not the first round, but maybe it was like the second round or something like that. And it would always blow my bracket up. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I no longer have, I guess, technically a dog in the fight, I guess. So I don't really care as long as my bets hit now at this point.
Are you looking at anything in particular?
No, not yet, because I honestly don't. I didn't realize that there's a 3-day like wait basically now for the next game until Thursday.
Yeah, you gotta wait till Thursday.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Don't you feel like there's that little like trigger? You're like, there should be a game.
Yeah, but I'm already checking right now to see what the hell like is going on. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I did that earlier too. I was like, is the NIT going on right now? But that's not even. They had one game or a couple games going on. I like the way they did it though, because it used to be Monday and Tuesday, and then it would go on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think it was like that. That was. I like it now that it's Thursday, Friday, because it's much easier to take time off of work versus doing like a Monday and Tuesday, and then you go back to work. Now, yeah, because then I think it was like Friday, Saturday. It was something like that, but I don't know. They moved it, and then they changed the schedule too. So the second round, I don't know if you noticed, but on Saturday and Sunday, they weren't all stacked playing together. Yeah, so you see one game after one game after one. So you literally get like all of the games. Like you're not going to miss something by turning it away, which is a positive. But then if the game sucks, you're like, all right, I'm tuning out.
Yeah, and for the most part, they stuck for me just because everybody I needed to win just wanted to lose. So I was over it pretty quick. But whatever, hit a couple bets. They looked all right. So not too upset, but a little bit.
Yeah, I hate losing more than I like winning. So maybe I shouldn't even bet.
I keep telling myself that.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess I don't think we updated it, but that $1 million bet, my 19-cent bet to win $1 million couldn't have been any more wrong.
Nice.
Like, I think I was at one point, I was like, am I going to get every one of these wrong? I mean, granted, I honestly at one point didn't even know what I was picking. It was all the underdogs, but I was like, is this going to be the day that every favorite wins in the NBA? Because it was looking like that for a while. Let's see. I don't even know. I stopped after I think the first 6 were wrong.
If you lose every single bet in
that's impressive, right?
Big parlay, I feel like you should at least get your money back.
Yeah, like, a bonus, a bad beat. No, it's not a bad beat. That's a good.
It's beat. Like, here's a consolation prize for you. You got 25 wrong. Let's give you your 19 cents back.
It'd be like, all right, we're gonna give you your 19 cents back, but you have to put it on like an underdog that has like plus 400 odds.
Sure.
That'd be fun.
Go for it. Yeah. I'd go for it.
I'm trying to see if
Especially with this damn tournament, you probably win it.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting to the point now where they should be good games. I mean, you got through all the scrubs, but you have St. Peter's. That's a 15 seed that's still in there. If they win, I'm gonna be very upset because I need Purdue.
So you'll be upset. There would be this one guy out there that'd be pretty excited. I think he put 2 total bets on St. Peter's to win it all, a total of $75.
Oh my God, they're not winning at all, but that would be intense.
Pay out about $75,000.
What?
Yeah. So you'll be upset, but that guy will be extremely happy.
Yeah.
Just imagine you making a less than $100 investment, and you're making $75,000.
All right, I want to show you this. This is how impressive this $1 million. I don't know if you'll see this here, but loss. Okay, it's 13 leg parlay. Everyone lost except the Boston Celtics beat the Golden State Warriors on the road. Everyone lost. God, I wonder what the payout would have been if you did the opposite.
It still would have been probably pretty decent because it is 13 legs.
It would have been huge.
But
still would have been.
It depends on how heavy of a favorite most of those were, to be honest. If they're like minus 120 or something, then yeah, that would have been pretty nice. But if some of them were like minus 800 or something, then
they don't move that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to imagine it would still probably been like $500 to $1,000, easy.
On a $10 bet, yeah, probably.
No, you think on $10? No, I'm talking 19 cents for high rollers right now.
Oh no, I don't think so. Not 19 cents. So? No, I think that would have been closer to maybe a plus 15.
All right, I'm taking all of the favorites for tomorrow. So and that's only okay. So 4 games? 4 games is plus 335, and that's only 4 games. So I don't know. It could be a little bit higher than that.
There's only 4 games tomorrow, huh? Who's the favorite? Let's see. Matter. Warriors, Hawks, Nuggets. That probably would hit. There's a
Maybe.
good chance that hits.
Well, we'll see.
So might as well throw 22 cents at that one.
Bam. No, man. I learned my lesson. It's going to hit. Fade me. Fade me. All right, man. Well, as good. We're trying to keep up with this, getting this this pod out a little bit faster, a little bit quicker. There's some good UFC fights around the corner, so we'll be talking about that here soon. I think there's fights every weekend. Blades versus Dawkins, I think, is next weekend. But
is it the next big one?
That's not the next big one. That's a decent headliner, but it's a free fight. The next pay-per-view will be April 9th. That one's gonna be a good one. I'm very excited. Volk's fighting the Korean Zombie for the title. You have Sterling versus Peter Yan, and then you have my boy Kazmat Chimaev fighting Gilbert Burns. Definitely very excited for that fight.
Nice. That should be a good one. We'll have to break that one down before that comes up, so that way see how your UFC picks go. See if we can dish out some money on those.
Yeah, we'll see. MMA is so fucking hard. You just never know. One punch, one knee, guy slips. All of a sudden he's on his back and takes some haymakers to the back of his head and it's over. So we'll look at it when it gets a little closer.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.
See you guys later.